that YouTube keeps popping up. I want to teach you guys how to become middle class, and this isn't going to be boring because we're going to be talking about BlackRock and how Democrats actually vote to destroy their own city. I'm going to explain it. I was going to do a YouTube short on this, and I didn't know. I just could not convey it in a 3-minute video. I just could not. So let me explain how you move up. All right. So you have lower class or people that are rather poor. All right, struggling. And then you have middle class. These are people with careers. You know, you did the military, you're a police officer, you're a fireman. You maybe went to college and you work at a local company, you're a nurse. All basically a regular type of career that you've worked hard for, possibly gone to college for, or you're a plumber or a lead contractor. You don't have enough money, for instance, to maybe give $1 million to the local hospital as a donation. And you don't have $1 million maybe to give to like Gavin Newsom's campaign. Then you have, that's the upper class. This is like the donor class. So why would these people give money like $2 million to the local hospital? Why would they do that? Well, let's say you make $10 million in a year, all right? They're going to have to pay about 30% after deductions of that profit. So $3 million of that $10 million that they made, they're going to have to send in a check to the United States government, and it's gone. That's it. You don't even get a thank you letter. Well, instead of doing that, they'll take that $3 million that they owe, all right, and they might go out and buy a Tesla. That's $100,000 that, you know, you can deduct, or whatever they're allowing now. Or for instance, you buy one of those really fancy Mercedes, right? That are really big and heavy, and they're about $150,000 a year. Or one of those new Range Rovers that are really heavy. And you wonder, how can they afford to drive such a car? Well, they're really heavy for a reason, because their weight makes them a large vehicle, which is tax deductible. It's considered like a piece of machinery for their company. All right. So that $150,000 is tax deductible, meaning they can subtract that $150,000 from whatever they made. All right. So that's less tax that they have to give. Another thing they can do is give maybe $2 million to the local hospital. That takes care of $2,150,000 of what they would normally send to the government and receive no thank you, for instance. I will go through the comments and answer them all. Just have some patience here. So, but they still owe about, $850,000. So what do they do with that? Well, they give that to Gavin Newsom, all right? So you can talk to him. So you can send him private emails. And you can ask him to do things like, I want soft on crime policies. I want open borders. I want all these things because I want to be compassionate. Most people want to be compassionate. They want to help the poor, and they think that they are helping the poor. But some of the donor class, like BlackRock, which donated 64% of all their donations to the Democrat Party, and $800 million to BLM and open borders policies. Why would they do that? Well, they want to destroy your neighborhood. Do you get it? So for instance, we have 3 cities that were affected by the fires. You got Arcadia, Pasadena, and Palisade. Pasadena is currently doing just that. You go to their local store like Ralph's or Walmart, and you'll have an entire family there begging for money at the front door. They'll have their kids there. It looks like something out of Gypsy Land, all right? You'll see homeless people everywhere. You'll have people begging everywhere. Now, why don't they do that in Arcadia? Well, they don't do that in Arcadia because that's the donor class. This is a class of people that, again, give millions of dollars to politicians, to hospitals, and all these different places so they don't have to pay taxes. So you wonder how rich people don't pay taxes. They don't pay taxes because they donate their money to deduct it. Do you understand? So instead of giving that money to the government, they give it to things that can benefit them, like a hospital bed or to Gavin Newsom, so they can have a lot of sway in the local government. So why would they do this? Because they want to come into your neighborhood after the riots have happened and there's no more Walmart and the school system has been destroyed, and they want to come in and they want to buy the entire block. Now, once they do that, and they do that all through Los Angeles, okay? And they build these beautiful apartments, and they're really nice. I mean, They're beautiful. And they can actually do it a lot cheaper than, say, someone like me, because they have drywall teams, they got painting teams, they've got lawyers, they got everything. If somebody doesn't want to pay their rent, believe me, they're going to have a lawyer that is on staff that is going to get you out. Okay. Now, do you understand how they've just done this? They've destroyed your city with the very policies that they supported. And then they come in, just like when the Walmart goes out of business, I go down there and I get cheap toilet paper because everything's on sale. It's fantastic, right? All right. The donor class, they're not thinking toilet paper. They're thinking, I want your house, just like they're doing in Pasadena, California right now. You got affordable housing that's been there for 30 years. It's been there forever. Half the city is affordable housing. The other half is very wealthy people, but not as wealthy as, say, Arcadia, which is just above them. Okay, do you understand? Are you guys getting it? They're going to destroy Pasadena, and eventually that will be like Arcadia. Wealthy people will move in, and then the whole thing will transform, and the poor people, or the middle class that make 80 or 150 grand a year, maybe 200 grand a year, and have 800 credit scores, you're gone. Do you understand? Then you'll move over to another city, like let's say Glendora, which is a lot more affordable. Okay, that's where I live. Okay, this is a middle class neighborhood. Police officers, fire department, ex-military, and we can afford the homes out here. Very nice neighborhood, conservative folks that work hard and understand the value of hard work. Then what do? They do affordable housing. So since they've done affordable housing in my area, they would not put affordable housing in Arcadia. They're not going to do it in Palisade, all right? But they will do it in Pasadena, and they will do it where I live. Why would they do that? Because they want to destroy my city next, and they're doing it currently. The school system is starting to decline. Are you guys getting this? Do you understand how all this works? Okay? You guys are voting for the very people that are destroying your city. Do you understand? And not only that, is once you finally make it here, let's say you finally moved up, because I used to live south of here with the poor in a small apartment, $500 a month. I had a terrible credit score. I was about to give up on life, and I worked my butt off to get a home up here in a nicer neighborhood, which doesn't have crime, which has a good conservative base, and they're trying to destroy it. We've already lost one Walmart. All right. And my other Walmart is also being destroyed. You're thinking, why? Because they give affordable housing? Yes. Yes. If you do not deserve to be here, you need to move down south into a poor neighborhood, get a career, and move your way up. Not let those rich people destroy the very neighborhood that you look at and say, I want to be like them and move there. You don't want to move here because they're currently trying to destroy it. Do you understand how this works yet? Okay? So when you vote for open borders, soft on crime, homelessness is not a crime, doing drugs on the streets fine, that person begging at your window in the middle of an intersection is totally fine. That's okay with you because you're compassionate. You're destroying your own city. And BlackRock's going to come in and buy everything. This is how it works. They're not going to make smart cities. They're not going to have space lasers with blue rooftops and all this bullshit that frickin' conservatives talk about. And they're not going to and they don't care about the poor. They don't care about open borders. They don't care about any of that stuff. They just want to destroy your city so they can come in and get a discount on the properties. And not only that, is if they can have a few riots that destroy, let's say, the Walmart and all the stores in the area, the city literally gives them a free pass. Come, please, build your sidewalks, put in another store, please. Our people can't eat. So they kill all the red tape. So all the red tape that I would have to deal with, they don't have to deal with. Do you get it? So let's say you finally make it up here. All right. You get a nice house, you got a nice career, you got money coming in, and you have a career path, and you know that eventually, well, I make 90 grand this year, and next year I'll probably make 100 grand. And you're thinking, this is a lot of money, dude. You're filthy rich. Maybe 150 grand. Oh man, you are filthy rich. I don't have the money to give Gavin Newsom $200,000 for his reelection campaign. I don't have $800 million to give to BLM. Look this up. Look it up what these large companies support. Look at what they support and ask yourself why they support it. So when you finally move up to the middle class, let's say like me, and you say to yourself, I have an 800 credit score. Actually, I got an 830 credit score. 830. I could take out a second mortgage, purchase an apartment, all right? And I'm a handy guy. I built everything that you see. This is my little office, and I built my own home with my bare hands. My hands are freaking destroyed. You see that? You see that? My back's destroyed. I'm in so much pain. All right. I couldn't afford to hire people to do it. I got the blueprints myself. I put the belt on. Okay. I was the lead contractor along with my friend who basically told me I was a dumbass half the time and corrected me when I messed up. All right. Because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But then I purchased the apartment. Then I moved 10 people in. And I don't really check for credit scores like BlackRock does because I really can't do that because if I do, I'll get a lawsuit and I'll be sued into oblivion. And they'll say, well, this dumb white guy won't let me move in because I have a 650 credit score. And he wants first and last month's rent. And then they're going to sue me and then I'm done. I'm done. And Gavin Newsom is all about that, right? Because I'm just a bad, horrible person. And then when I sell it, I panic. I'm like, damn, I got to get rid of this fucking thing. I can't do it. So I have to sell it to a company like BlackRock. BlackRock will offer me a bottom dollar deal, cash. Now, you're out. We will take care of your tenants. Don't worry. We're not going to kick them out. We're fine. Guess what? You're going to be kicked out because they're going to bulldoze the place. Do you get it? Now they own it. And you think you're going to move in after they redo everything and it's all beautiful? No. No, they're not gonna say, oh, yes, we're gonna have you come in. No, you're not gonna get in without a 720 credit score, first, last month's rent, a huge security deposit. And guess what? Middle class, me, I could afford that. I could. But guess what? After I pay all that to move into one of these BlackRock places, do you think I could save up enough money to get a freaking apartment now? No, because I don't deserve an apartment. No, BlackRock does. BlackRock does because they voted Democrat and you put them in power. You guys need to wake the F up. All right? If you don't know what the hell you're voting for, don't vote because you're destroying your city. And it kills me to see it. In America, we have what's called a career path. All right? You make a plan, you move up, you work hard, and guess what? It takes time. I didn't have a brand new car until I was 30 years old. I drove hoopties, absolute shit boxes. I didn't take out loans. I got an 830 credit score. But I can't get an apartment now. I can't move up. I'd like to move up, maybe move into a nice place like Arcadia, because I can see what they're doing to Pasadena, and I can see what they're doing to Glendora currently. They're destroying my city, and they're already buying houses here. All right? My next door neighbor's mortgage, just guess what it is. $7,000 a month. You think you can afford that? $7,000 a month. You know why it's $7,000 a month? Because when they passed all those laws, anybody with any type of extra money, instead of buying an apartment, they came up here and purchased a home. And they thought they were safe, but they weren't because they just put in affordable housing. And we just lost our Walmart. And when I go to my Walmart now, it's a shit box. I'm furious. You guys vote. You voted for this. The Democrat Party has literally convinced you that not doing your job is a good thing. No, let's not clear out the underbrush because it's bad. Did you know the Indians cleared out their forest? They even knew it. They would clear it out so that way when there was a forest fire, because we've had forest fires here forever, it's a natural occurrence in California. That's how we get the undergrowth. It happens. But guess what? There's people here now. And when there was Indians, they cleared out their own damn forest, so it did not happen to them. But they've convinced you that it's environmentally bad. Now, why would they do that? Because they could burn your city up. All right? And you supported it. And you keep supporting it. Oh, yes. So let me read some of these comments. Very curious. I'm very curious how anybody can explain to me why voting for a party that destroys your city. Homeless people can be dealt with. Do you understand? We can help them. Helping them is not letting them sit on the street. I was homeless. I freaking was homeless. Cleaning windshields. Don't tell me I don't know about it. I'll start reading this. I'm a very wealthy man. Jersey Knife Guy says I'm a very wealthy man. Congratulations, man. I would be too if I lived in Virginia. Not here in California, though. I'm typically about medium, and my house is worth just over $1 million. But, just like everybody else, I don't have any extra money. Should I move south of me where maybe houses are $800,000? How about that? And then I have $200,000 to play with. $200,000 isn't anything. All right? They used to call it Ica-rich, right? You got money in your pocket, you're good to go. You need a career. You need money coming in every month. You need health care. You need all these things. You need a plan ahead. You need to be a nurse. You need to work at USC and get free health care for the rest of your life and make $65,000 a year. You got free health care, the best. That job right there is worth $100,000. You'll never have to worry about anything. Yeah, making quick money, working YouTube or some stuff like that. So you got these YouTubers that all they do is YouTube. Do you have health care? No. Do you have a paycheck that you can report to a mortgage company, a regular paycheck? So they say, oh, your debt to income ratio is really good, and we can actually give you a second mortgage so you can get that apartment and rent to people. You need a career, guys. You need a plan ahead. Someone says hi. Jersey Knife Guy, I just finished my master bedroom. Came out great. I'm going to shoot videos on it. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, brother. I do all my own work, everything. I got level 5 drywall, smooth to the touch. I'm really good at drywall. I'm Irish, though. So I'm very good with drywall. Put in like pocket doors and all that. And pocket doors stand for not enough room. So my house is about 1,600 square feet. This office is about, I think, 400 square feet. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's all I need. I got a nice big property in a nice neighborhood that's currently they're trying to destroy it. Now, they're not going to destroy these other towns, though, like Arcadia and Palisade. They're not going to do that because those people give too much money to the local government and they vote Democrat. Ooh, Grass Growing says they see paradise and put up a parking lot or modern day company towns. I get some laughs from Hogs 100. I appreciate the 100. Jersey Knife says, I think you can make money if you sell your hair. It's a big market. People need hair. I think you're right, man. I'm actually kind of losing it just a little. And I diet because sometimes I diet. Sometimes I do the gray thing. It depends. I get treated differently, so I just wanted to try something new, I mean, you only got one life to live, right? Hog says they will be coming up here in far northern California, state of Jefferson. Yeah, they're going everywhere, man. This is their plan. I mean, mine is 15 grand in New Jersey on 4 acres of property. Yeah, I mean, God bless you, New Jersey Knife Guy. I lived in Virginia, and Virginia sucks balls. One good thing about the West Coast is our weather. I mean, I don't want to be yelling outside because neighbors are kind of close here. I don't have 4 acres anymore. I used to have like 300 in Virginia. This is our winter. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that's what you pay for. I mean, California's gorgeous. I could be to the mountains in 10 minutes. I can go to the beautiful beaches, crystal clear water. And no, the beach is gigantic. So You just go downstream of the fires and it's just crystal clear. Absolutely gorgeous. I've lived all over the country. I've owned property in Virginia, and the East Coast really sucks it. When I was on the East Coast, I know you might take that as an insult. Please do not. When I was in Virginia, I said Virginia was the best thing. And I told California people the same thing. But I got tired of the rain days. No, we don't have rain days here. People are fast, man. There is always something to do. I can go to Los Angeles and party. It's just incredible here. It really is. And if you're in the middle class and you get to a nice city like this, I can keep my doors unlocked. I mean, it's a nice place. I'm 20 minutes from Los Angeles. Again, we're in the makings of trying to ruin our city, but that's south of me. Okay. So location, location, location. We also have zip codes and we don't have forced busing. I was in Virginia and they did forced busing. It lowered the price of my home by $50,000. The house was only worth $375. Yeah. So the government over there has a little bit more power on the East Coast because, again, it's more Democrat. And they're all about getting your shit. I don't know what to tell you, man. And if you want to live on 4 acres in the middle of nowhere, it's fun. I had a shooting range in my backyard, but then again, that was the only place I could shoot. Here in California, we have something that's called BLM land. Miles and miles of free land. I can collect rocks. These are free. I can collect rocks all day with crystals in them. I was going to do a whole YouTube video on that. You can go, shooting. You can take your guns. You can blow up tannerite. There's nobody for miles. There's no public land in Virginia. Could not stand it. It was just awful. You'd have to go to a state park with all their rules. Not cool. Not cool. I do not want a world like that. California, there is really no better state. We have more conservatives here in California than all the West Coast combined. We have more gun owners than 70% of the entire United States. So there's a hell of a lot of conservatives here that are stuck with people that keep voting to literally destroy their own city. Very frustrating to watch. Very frustrating. South California climate is human paradise. Absolutely nifty. You get what you pay for. You really do. My house in Virginia that I sold right now is worth about $500,000. This house would sell for about, that I'm in right now in California, for just over $1 million. And I got a 10 school. 10. They pay for everything. My daughter is making trips to Washington, D.C. She's going to be in the presidential October 4th of July parade with her pageantry. You cannot beat the schooling here. The schooling is amazing. She gets to go to college for free. I can go to college for free. My wife, who is an immigrant, can go to college for free. Yeah, you cannot, like I said, their goal is to get you out of here. They're not leaving. And as a conservative, I'm not leaving either. I'm going to fight for this state because it's the best state we got. It really is. Water, we don't need water if we got it from Canada like Donald Trump suggested. It's called business. But they don't want that. They don't want that. They want you to starve or just build dams. We used to have dams. I used to go fishing in all the dams up here in this mountain range, right up here. Right behind my house is the mountains. Beautiful dams. They'd plant them with trout. But again, they've convinced people by not doing their jobs, it's compassionate. So we have to save some fish. And so they've destroyed our dams, so we have no backup water. And not only that is the concrete LA Dam or LA River. What that is we have gigantic mountains. So when it rains really hard, that is to get all that water and get it out to the ocean as soon as possible. But what have they done? They've stopped clearing it. There's homeless people in it, dirt, trees. It doesn't even work anymore. So the next time we get rain, like a lot of rain, we're going to have flooding in Azusa, which is the city just below me. It's going to destroy their city. And guess what? BlackRock wants this. They will come in and they will get all you guys out and they're going to rebuild. They will rebuild. And guess what? If you live in Azusa, you will not be able to afford those homes. Now, then again, I might be able to because I'll just move a little south to the brand new homes that they just bought. And I could afford it, barely. I mean, these people aren't stupid, and there's no conspiracy, guys. That's like saying that's like looking at me and saying, "Oh, you went to Walmart and bought all that cheap stuff on clearance. You should feel guilty about that." What are you talking about? When that local Walmart closed, I went down there and freaking picked up a whole bunch of cheap shit. Why wouldn't I? Just like BlackRock. When your city goes to shit, they're going to come there and they're going to buy everything on the cheap. On the cheap, and laugh at you. Hog says, former Bostonian here. I hear you, brother. Yeah, I mean, I hope people do. I mean, I really hope they do because they're not understanding what's happening. You know, I just had to get this out. I'm just so upset because people are literally, they've convinced people that doing your job is not compassionate, or they've convinced people to that let's not take care of the forest. Look what happens. Let's not take care of the LA River. You're going to see what's going to happen. Let's allow people to come in this country with no paperwork. Do you guys understand? I've traveled the world. All right. I've been around the world 3 times. I've lived all over the world. And I'm here to tell you, you got people that do some pretty bad stuff. All right. And when they do really bad stuff, those countries don't want them anymore. And it's not a nice place. Every country has people that work hard. Every country has people that are productive members of society. Productive members of society don't put their daughters and sons on their back and walk across the border. And in most cases, it's just military age men, a little bit younger than me, that are flying over this border. You ever wonder what their criminal history is? And then again, if we're letting them in with no background check or having any idea of what they are, I mean, for all we know, they're sex offenders or murderers or gang members. We wouldn't even know. Why do we keep a criminal record? Whoa. Oh man, got to get some water here. Why do they keep criminal records on Americans then? If it doesn't matter what somebody's criminal past is, why do they keep records on American citizens? You ever wonder? Why do we have a child predator list? Why? And why even have it? You don't think that some of these people are predators that are coming over? You think that they're going to tell you, oh yeah, my country didn't want me because I did a lot of bad things. But don't worry, I'll be good here. Why can't we do that? Why can't we have our record, gotten rid of or expunged? So there's no reason to keep records on anybody if we're just letting people in. All right, but BlackRock supports it. And why would they? Because all those illegals, they're not really in my neighborhood. They're in yours. They're in yours. And when your school system and your hospital and everything gets overwhelmed and the values of your home plummet, maybe 10%, you're going to sell. And they're going to buy it. This is not very difficult. I don't know why people vote for it. Because they convince you that generational wealth, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? I think it's like 5% of millionaires in America is generational wealth, meaning they got their money from their parents. Most people that are millionaires in America worked up from nothing all the way to the top. And you can do it too, but they're making it where you can't. And you keep voting for it. I don't get it. You will own nothing and be happy about it. It's such a true statement. Because you guys can't picture. It's an easy roadmap to be successful in America, guys. It really is. Now it takes time. It takes 2 or 3. You're 18 years old. You're 19. You want to vote Democrat because the other party's horrible or whatever you're thinking in your little head of yours. Destroying a city, destroying a country so that company can come in and purchase these properties at a reduced rate is not compassion. And when you finally do make it to the middle class, they're making it where you can't. Because if you don't have a team of lawyers, you can't get people out. And if you can't get people out and you have two mortgages, one on the apartment building and one on your own house, I cannot afford to move up. That access is being denied in California. That access to the next class is being removed by your voting. And please, if you haven't seen this whole thing, go to the beginning, watch it, understand what's happening here, subscribe. Help me out, guys. I'm gonna try doing more videos, YouTube Shorts, because I know people like that. They don't make me any money. They really don't. This is like therapy for me because I literally, I'm losing my mind out here watching people do this. All right, let's read a few of these things. Salazar says, live in California, who cares? High taxes, homeless people everywhere. No, they are not everywhere. They are not everywhere. They're not in my city. Yeah, they're not in my city. So it's really up to your local government and to help them. I was homeless. You know what got me off of drugs? People didn't give me money. They told me to get a job because a lot of these people looked at me and said, well, you should get a job. But the people that were with me, they didn't tell them to get a job. They gave them money and they died on the streets. They died. If you guys ever give a homeless person $1 or $5 or $20, that should be illegal. You probably one day will kill that person because they go down and they buy drugs with it. We all do. Don't you understand how it works? We don't have a paycheck. We beg for money and we're on the streets because we do drugs. Do you understand? There are no moms with kids on the streets. Do you understand? There's no such thing. There are homeless shelters all over the place. There's places where you can get apartments. You can literally get a free paycheck. I know 2 moms with 2 kids. They don't work at all. Nothing. They make more money than me in benefits. You know why? Because they're not on drugs and their kids are really performing and the government basically pays for everything. Too much. They pay too much because they don't need to get a job. So if you're not on drugs, there's help here for you. Now, if you're on drugs, we need to get you off of drugs. So how do we get drug addicts off drugs? Do we make it comfortable for them? Because if a drug addict's comfortable, what do? They do drugs. If you give them money, like a $20 bill and say, go get some food, what is a drug addict going to do that? They're going to go get drugs. And those drugs might have fentanyl in it. And that might kill them. I would love to follow the $20 bill that someone gives some homeless person. And when that person ODs that night, that should be a murder charge. An absolute murder charge. Anybody that gives money to homeless people. Murder. This feels good, guys. Really appreciate you guys letting me do this therapy right now. I love it. But no, I do not accept homelessness. I don't accept drug addiction. No, it's called leadership. Salazar, you lead. You give people a way to move up. And if they don't understand how to move up, you explain how to. It is really not that difficult. Now, when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, it might seem pretty damn difficult. And you'll look at the houses up here and go, those horrible people. I get it. I did the same thing. Oh, I'm not going to go up there because the police will really pull you over. Oh, come on. You know that one. Don't go in that neighborhood because the cops there are real mean. That's because rich people live here. Yeah. Yeah, we enforce the laws here. You're going to get effed big time. But below me, you can do whatever you want. Because they've tied the hands of the prosecutors. And if you tie the hands of the prosecutors, eventually the cops just stop enforcing the laws. And if you sue your police every time they touch you, then it becomes like an us versus them kind of thing. So let's defund the police. Let's really ruin our neighborhood. Yeah, good idea. You live there. Well, I don't own a property, so I don't care. Do you ever want to move up? Do you ever want to buy a house? Wouldn't it be nice to buy a house in your neighborhood that might not be the best neighborhood right now? But real estate always goes up. So you're going to buy a property down there and you can sell that and you can move your way up. And by the time you're 27, 28, you're going to have maybe 2 or 3 kids. You can put them to a nice school. You can live in a place where there's not very much crime. And there shouldn't be a lot of crime down there because poor people are not bad people. No, poor people are not bad people. People here do just as much crime as the people down there. You just don't see it. It's white collar crime. You just don't see it. You get it? Poor people are not bad people. It's the policies that the local government does. And I asked a police officer about that. And you know what he said? He goes, the city gets the police department they deserve. It's really up to you. Us versus them, they're pretty much fed up in a lot of these cities. They're tired of being told that they're pieces of garbage and all this stuff. I support my local police, but at the same time, police officers have to always follow the law and be professionals. The professional, that's the burden. You don't take it out on a civilian. That's ridiculous. We need the best. We need to pay our police officers, fire department way more than we do than some idiot college graduate. I don't. Yeah, college isn't what it used to be. It's advanced high school in most cases. You have people that do not deserve to be there, got accepted because, not because they had the best test score, but because they serve a certain demographic. And what has that done? Any college graduates here that are young? Let me guess. Nobody's hiring you. You ever wonder why? I got 2, I'm not going to say that, but I got 2 people that are very close to me that have college degrees. Nothing. No jobs because they got no experience. They can't produce anything. They went to high school, they went to college without a plan, and they spent 4 years twiddling their thumbs. You guys got to think. Nothing's automatic in life, guys. You know, and you've been lied to that you go to college, you get this and you get that because you've seen in the past people that go to college do get the good jobs. Well, the people that went to college before deserve to be there. They were the highest testers. They were the smartest in your high school. You understand? So yeah, when they got out, they did really good. But when you accept people into, say, STEM research that shouldn't be in STEM research, they're not going to graduate and they're going to waste 2 years of their life. And dude, time is money, guys. If you're 24 years old and you haven't started, you don't have a career lined up, you are effed up big time. It's going to be a while until you make it because you didn't make a plan. I don't know what to tell you. You've been told this fallacy. And the government's going to keep lying to you because they're in charge of the student loans. They're making money off you for the rest of their life. It's a sales pitch, guys. You're signing with the government. I know plenty of people with freaking college debt. No job. Unbelievable. What a sales pitch. Just imagine the college counselor explaining to them how great their life's going to be. Oh, you got into the most prestigious school because you deserve to be here? No, you didn't get there because you deserve to be there. Stop celebrating yourself. Hogg says, hell, they released them out of prison and they're sending them here. Yeah, in a lot of those foreign countries, absolutely. They're emptying their prisons and they're telling them to go to America. Get the hell out of our country and don't come back. That's why they won't take them back. What country will not take their own people? Just imagine that. Imagine if 100 Americans ran from our country and went to, say, Mexico. Let's say 1 million Americans ran to Mexico, and Mexico says, we don't want them. You need to take them back. We would take them back. We need people. America doesn't have enough people. That's why we're trying to do trade with Mexico and Canada, because we don't have enough people. So why don't they want them back? And why would we want them? Nifty Doll says, the taxes and price of entry is out of control in California. Got my first home in DC metro area, but if I ever can afford it, Southern California is the goal. It is absolutely easy to get into California because over here you make a lot more money, period. It's not rocket science. If I live here, I'm middle class. If I go to Virginia, I'm middle class. Maybe I can get a Porsche. Same thing. I'm not donor class. Doesn't matter. I don't have enough money for the local politician or to buy myself a hospital room. I don't make enough money to have to worry about deducting anything. The standard deduction is good enough for me. And if you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, you need to stop paying people to do your own taxes and you need to do them yourself. You need to get on TaxSlayer because that's going to prepare you. It's going to make, oh, if I buy an electric car, that's a deduction. Do I want that? Maybe not. Ooh, if I get a geothermal air conditioner, that is an 80% rebate of $4,000. Wow, I could get a free air conditioner. Next year. I'm going to do that. But if you pay someone to do your taxes, you're not going to know that. You need to go on TaxSlayer and just do your own taxes. It's real easy. If you can't do your own taxes, I'm going to be honest, you're never going to make it. Never. If you're not intelligent enough to handle your own taxes, you're not going to make it. It's just the way it is. I don't know what to tell you. All right, that's all the comments. Fantastic. I only got 7 people watching, got 5 thumbs up. I appreciate for those of you that did thumb this up. If you guys disagree, I would love to hear a comment now. MAGA this, dumb Fox News guys, idiots this, idiots that. I love that. I love that stuff. There's many things I don't like about the Republican Party. There's many things I dislike about the Democrats. But one thing I can tell you about the Democrats is they're destroying your cities on purpose. And it's not for space lasers or some smart city. Stop saying that shit. You know who promotes that stuff? BlackRock. Okay? It's real simple, guys. Ruin the cities, get them at 20% off, and then raise the prices and have teams of lawyers to protect yourself. It's real simple. And they're destroying your ability to move from middle class to maybe some generational wealth.